Well, Matsi, it's Entrepreneurship Week. Obviously, let's get your thoughts on black entrepreneurs and their relevance to broader communities.
Thank you very much for having me here, Bronwyn. Entrepreneurship, whether it's in black communities or white communities, is dynamic. So obviously the dynamics that face black entrepreneurs are different. And for us as the South African Black Entrepreneurs Forum, it's very important to acknowledge what the factors are that contribute towards the successes and the failures. And the South African Black Entrepreneurs Forum, it is us to connect the dots, because we do feel that the country does have opportunities, but how do you connect the opportunities to the beneficiaries of those opportunities? That's what we stand to do.
So do you believe that black entrepreneurs and white entrepreneurs are so different that you need a Black Entrepreneurs Forum that excludes white?
What I believe is that there are different dynamics that face black South African entrepreneurs. There are different dynamics that face white South African entrepreneurs. But our structure...
Let's delve into those.
Yes.
What are the differences?
Well, I mean, with my experience working in rural areas and creating mentorship programs, working with universities and institutions of higher education, I've realized that there are different dynamics such as crime, infrastructure. I mean, if you go to a rural area, it's difficult to find transportation. So if you're supposed to access a market, how is that going to impact the successes of your business? So that's something very, very peculiar and something very different that faces black entrepreneurs. So we can't take away from the fact that there are different dynamics. Our structure,
we wish they weren't, but they are.
They are there. We have to acknowledge, and we have to work with what we have.
Just on that point, do you represent companies that are throughout the spectrum, from micro enterprises, maybe somebody has a spaza, right through to well-established businesses?
Yes, I mean, entrepreneurs form a broad spectrum, to high-impact entrepreneurs or to bottom-of-the-pyramid entrepreneurs. And the South African Black Entrepreneurs Forum, we stand to represent the broad spectrum of entrepreneurs, because different opportunities do exist for different kinds of entrepreneurs.
Well, give us an example of an entrepreneur at the bottom of the pyramid, and then contrast that with one that is a high-impact entrepreneur in terms of your terminology.
Okay, well, a bottom-of-a-pyramid entrepreneur, through my experience, is somebody that works within their community, somebody that has a business that serves their community, and their market tends to be restricted to their community. And then somebody who is high-impact entrepreneur is somebody who would necessarily serve the country, a macro base of a market. So, I mean, the different kinds of markets that different entrepreneurs are faced to, they're different and they're very dynamic.
What does your organization do for entrepreneurs, for black entrepreneurs specifically?
Well, we stand to connect the dots in the entrepreneurship ecosphere, because there are a lot of opportunities that are on, that do exist within our country, and it's important that entrepreneurs need to be guided. The nature of an entrepreneur is somebody that starts something from nothing. But there is a level of guidance in terms of ensuring that whatever venture you're going to create, whatever business you're going to create, it's sustainable. And you have to attend to things such as compliancy, being tax compliant, the relevant registration for your businesses. So those are some of the small things that businesses and entrepreneurs tend to forget about, because they're just energetic people that want to get things done.
Mark, a final question from your side.
If you could wave a magic wand to create an enabling environment for entrepreneurs in South Africa, possibly from the government side, red tape, regulation, just alluded to it, what would you advise?
If I had a magic wand that would actually enable entrepreneurship and let it be something that grows in our country, I'd definitely make sure that there is a channel that advocates for entrepreneurs, a channel that constantly engages in dialogue, because we do have problems, we do have challenges, we do have successes, but there has to be constant dialogue about what is facing us. So I would create a platform that actually does allow that dialogue to continuously happen. And through those kind of dialogues, whether you engage with institutions of higher education, you'd be able to find something that will actually work towards empowering entrepreneurs.